Okay, very short video today.
What?
I worked. I'm doing a video. Say hey.
Hey.
I worked at the gym. I worked there part time for my friend Christy. She owns Main Street Gym in Oxford, North Carolina. And basically, I just talk to customers and clean a little bit. And it's a really good job. I love it. I probably should work out more after I'm done with my shift because it's only a 3 hour shift, but I don't. I plan to, but I don't. So, anyhow, after that, my friend Edwina took me out for lunch. Nice personal pan pizza with some goat cheese and spinach. And then we went to visit our friend Christy. Now, Christy's story is a bit unusual. She had lived with her son and daughter in law for 4 years, and we noticed that things kept seeming off. Christy would cry every time that we took her out for lunch, and because we try to do it twice a month, we've been friends forever for like 15 years, and things just seemed off. They didn't seem right. And so whenever we would call her, Christy was just like, they're keeping me in my room. They won't let me see my bank statements. They'll go away for weeks at a time and tell me I have to fend for myself. Now, she's had 2 strokes and a broken hip. So it's not like leaving her alone and telling her to fend for herself is an easy thing for her to do. And her son kept saying, well, I'm power of attorney and I can tell you what to do. So finally, she was so brave. She went out in the yard, and as soon as she saw her neighbor, who was a police officer, pull up, she called for help. And he came over and he called an ambulance, and he was like, well, I'll call Kelly. And she said, no, please don't let me back there or they'll hurt me. And so they took her to the hospital, and they finally found a place for her in a nursing home where she is very relaxed and she likes it, and they're investigating certain things that are going on or have been going on and where her money's been going and all those kind of things. So I try to visit her at least 3 times a week just to keep her morale up, but she's really doing good there. She's regained some of her independence, and the social worker told her that power of attorney was not in effect until she was deemed incapable by a doctor or a court. And so she's grieving what her family has done to her, but she's doing good. She's really doing good. So I always try to go spend a couple hours with her. And I am so sad when I walk by some of these people in the nursing home where she's at, because they just don't seem to have anybody there. They are pleasant and they are kind, but you can tell they are so lonely, and it just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. So anyhow, came home after that. Chris and I just hung out. Not a big deal. So I'm going to give you the 5 new things that are on my 65 and 65 list and talk about each one of them just a little bit. This is 1 and 2 for today. I want to grow a veggie garden and I want to grow a flower garden. Now, that might seem easy since we have about 4 or 5 acres here. However, we have one area that has grown up so bad, Chris and I are going to have to hire somebody to come and probably plow it under and turn it under. One of our biggest battles with that area that has the tall 12-foot fence is pokeberries and moles. So then I thought about bringing that flower garden, veggie garden area inside the fence, but our fence isn't high enough here that it keeps the deer out, and we just don't have the money right now to do fencing deer fencing, that would keep them out. And the dog seems to be best friends with them. So I don't know. I don't know. I've got a year. I mean, this past year, I was too sick to even consider doing a flower garden or veggie garden. I did a couple plants, and that was about it. But um, we've got a while to think about that, and when we come up with the plan, we can scope it out and hopefully have somebody come in and till it, turn it under, or whatever we need to have happen to make it deer safe, because our front apple tree um, has like 4 apples hanging on it and no leaves where the branches where the deer could reach. I mean, they don't care. My daylilies, gone. They love a good daylily. So anyhow, that's my goal for next year. I want to write 12 handwritten notes a year. So here's the fun part. If you would like a handwritten letter by me on a handmade card, PM me or let me know in the comments below, and I will message you and we can exchange addresses, and I can write you a letter and make you a card. And I think that would be really fun. Um, it's something I've just started doing and I enjoy doing it. So, anyhow, be one of my 12, but I'm more than happy to do more than that. Okay, loom knitting. Now, this is not the little round disc that you get where you do the pegs and you go around, you go around. I have a table loom that I've yet to work with, and I'm looking forward to doing that. My friend Kathy wants to do that too, but I used to, when my number 3 child, here in the South we call that the knee baby, when I was pregnant with my knee baby, I was actually had a business with a spinner, um, and our the name of our business was Spinner's Delight, and she would spin the wool and I would weave it into things, or we would knit it in or crochet it into things, and we did a pretty good business, did lots of nice craft shows. One of the funniest things, I was so pregnant with Josh. I mean, I was huge because he was a 10-pound baby, and I'm only 5'2.5" maybe. And Richard Simmons was doing this thing at the fairgrounds where we were doing a craft show, and he came over to walk through just as a PR thing, and he ran up and he kissed my stomach and he said, "Oh, it's a girl." Epic fail, Richard. It was a boy, 10 pounds, 1 ounce. So that was kind of funny. But anyhow, I hope to get back to possibly doing some weaving again. To me, warping a loom, especially a 4 or 8 heddle loom, is very tedious. And I don't know at this point in my life I have the patience to do that. But we'll see. We'll just see. I'll start off with a 2 heddle loom and see if I can deal with that. Okay, the last thing is basket weaving, which I really do enjoy. And as a matter of fact, in June, I taught a class in basket weaving to some seniors and some other people who had just showed up. It wasn't necessarily for the senior center, it was the creative learning aspect of it. And I had a really good time. And I turned my friend Kathy, into like a basket weaving fanatic now, and she's doing really great things. She's into steampunk, and she has she wove a balloon with a little basket on the bottom. It's really, really neat. So one of the things I want to do is to sort of leave a legacy to my kids by weaving them really large baskets, like that can be used as containers or waste baskets with a liner or something to that effect. So anyhow, that is also on my list, and if I want to get that done, I probably need to start ordering the reed and getting those woven before Christmas time. So anyhow, that's what I did today. I'm tired. Chris and I are relaxing. He was going to cook dinner. We decide on Food Lion fried chicken. If you live in the South or a place where there's Food Lion, their deli fried chicken is incredibly awesome. Just saying. So, cut up a couple cucumbers and you're golden. So, I don't know what time you're watching this, but I do want to say I hope you have a fine day all day long. Catch you on the next video. Bye.